Welcome to the Laughing Horror News Show for Friday, March 31st, brought to you by the Laughing Horror Podcast, and these are your top horror news stories from the past 2 days. With the entire horror community locking their eyes on the newly released It trailer on Wednesday, New Line Cinema decided to sneak in the news that they've updated the title of the next Annabelle film. Annabelle Creation is a simple title that tells us exactly what the film is, which is an origin film as the synopsis also explains. Several years after the tragic death of their little girl, a doll maker and his wife welcome a nun and several girls from a shuttered orphanage into their home, soon becoming the target of a doll maker's possessed creation, Annabelle. The film is currently due out in theaters for a summer release on August 11th. After becoming the highest guest-rated haunted house in Halloween Horror Night history, the American Horror Story Theme Maze is returning, but this time with a lot more to offer fans, as the press release explains. Universal Orlando's all-new, incredibly detailed maze will bring 3 new installments of the American Horror Story anthology to life. In Asylum, guests will travel through the decades of the notorious Briarcliff, evading Dr. Arden's grotesque human rasper experiments, and coming face-to-face with the serial killer Bloodyface. In Coven, New Orleans aesthetics will surround guests as they're drawn into the bloody rivalry between the descendants of the Salem witches, the voodoo queen of New Orleans, Mary Laveau, and the sadistic Madame Delphine Lalaurie. And finally, guests will relive the horrific story of the Millers in Roanoke, where they'll be at the mercy of Piggy Man, the grisly Polk family, and the ghosts of the Blood Moon. I've never been a fan of the television series, but thanks to the teaser trailer, which a link is available in the description below, I think I would try this one out in a heartbeat. Not really news, but something most horror fans may want to hear about. Thanks to Dead Central having a giveaway for them, I've been made aware of another streaming service for horror films entitled the Killer Movie Channel. From what I found while browsing their collection is that they have a fairly decent selection, albeit not all of the available choices are horror films, but most of the selection is. But if you want to check it out for yourselves, you can do so by going to killermovies.vhx.tv. Once again, the link for it will be in the description below. A listing for upcoming horror films on April 1st from Tubi TV have been released. Some of the titles include the Wishmaster series, Motel Hell, The Loved Ones, Ghoulies 1 and 2, and Bubba Hotep, just to name a few. For those of you unaware, Tubi TV is a free service with an app that can be downloaded on Android, iOS, Roku, Xbox One, Xbox 360, and Amazon Fire TV. Netflix has announced on Wednesday that they're renewing the Santa Clarita Diet for a second season. I was not surprised by this in the least, as Netflix has a track record of renewing all their shows. I did enjoy the show for the most part, but was not overly taken with the season finale. We can likely expect to see the premiere of Season 2 sometime in 2018. The home release for The Autopsy of Jane Doe has been revealed. According to online sources, the film will be getting a Walmart exclusive release starting May 2nd, while all other retailers will start carrying it on June 27th. And in our last piece of news today, the originally slated date for the upcoming film adaptation of Stephen King's The Dark Tower has been moved from July 28th to the following week on August 4th. Although no official reason for the change has been announced, currently slated for the July 28th slot are the Emoji Movie, as well as the currently untitled Disney live-action adaptation, both of which I'm sure are looking to make some serious impact on their opening weekends. The Dark Tower could potentially become a powerhouse franchise for Columbia, so I could see why they would want to take any precautions possible in order to make this first film a massive success. That's all we've got for you today. Thank you for tuning in to the Laughing Horror News Show. Once again, we're on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and all the links that we spoke about today are in the description below, as well as our podcast link and social media pages. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll talk to you on Monday.